Welcome back, trainers. I hope everybody's having a great day. So we're going to just be talking about the performance and my experiences that I've been having so far with the Galaxy S10. Now, I do not have the Plus, I just have the one in between there, so keep that in mind. It's not going to be the top-notch best one that you can get, although it's still pretty good, okay? So before we continue on here, this is going to be quite the investment, possibly, if you're just going to buy it outright or start a new contract or just be dedicated for a whole new phone. So I just want to put a disclaimer. I'm not saying go out there and get one. This is just my personal experience, and I will be kind of slightly recommending it to you if you're having a little bit of lag or trouble within your phone. Now, there's going to be many other variables to consider if you're having problems within Pokemon Go. And before, I used to complain a lot about the raids and whatnot and how it was laggy and here and there. You have to also keep in mind, if you do not have great signal, then that is going to be a major factor, because I went to several raids today, which we're going to be taking a look at, as well as just doing a few AR shots just for fun. And I wasn't even trying to bring up Schmirgle. It just popped up, and you're going to see that here shortly. And so I did several different raids and got a few different results. So I went up against the Alolan Raichu with Thunder Punch, because I know that it's going to be an extremely odd move. It's very laggy. It's been like that ever since the game is released. I don't know what's going on with Thunder Punch, but it's very delayed. You can still dodge it. As you're going to see, my Groudon wasn't the best dodging around, but nonetheless, it was still able to do it, which is one of those in the weather boost. And then I went to a place that has horrible reception just to see how well this phone will perform under that kind of pressure. And it did a lot better, I'm going to tell you, than my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. And that's what I was that's what I was using for the past 2 years, okay, since Pokemon Go came out. And it worked great for a while. But also keep in mind that I had about, let's say, 25 gigabytes. My Samsung Galaxy S10 does have about 117 gigabytes, and that is going to be plenty for me. On my old phone, I got up to maybe 18 gigabytes at most, 20 tops. I was sitting at about 25 gigabytes total, and anytime I got anywhere near that, if ever, I would simply delete things, and that was that. Now I'm going to be able to record and keep even more videos and images, because I keep all the images that I use for my thumbnails. Whatever I'm using for the side of the images on the videos, they're all on my phone. I crop my own images and I use all that stuff and make them photo layer and everything. So this phone is just going to be perfect. Everything runs so much smoother. There is no stop and delay. There is no slow down. It's just go. Now, I accidentally did skip the evolution for the Sunflora, because I do have a new recorder. I stopped hitting record and I didn't realize it, and I was talking for about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Yay! And the reason why I do have a new recorder is because the one I was using on my previous phone, actually on this phone, recorded about 1.5 inches of black excess border around the screen that you're actually seeing here, which made it hard to look clean and crop out for the edit. And yeah, I just had to simply get a new one, and I'm still getting used to that. But nonetheless, the phone's working great. I'm able to do all the things I was before, and if I'm to swipe over to my Pokemon like this on my old phone, it would kind of sometimes stop and slow down, maybe get a little bit of lag, but on this one, nothing. It's just smooth as can be. Okay, now obviously if you're in a spot where there's not great reception, you're going to have a bit of trouble, but for the most part, it's working great. And as far as going up against a raid while it's laggy, let me tell you this. Yes, it was kind of lagging when I entered the raid, but once I was officially in there attacking this Breloom, which you're going to see at the very end here, it was smooth. I did not receive any shadow hits, and it just worked properly. I was actually quite amazed. Now, I did have a problem in the catch screen, but that's perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that. And it was because of the reception. It wasn't the game, right? So you also, like we said, take note. A lot of these problems in Pokemon Go are going to probably be related to not having the best network in your area. Simple as that. Yes, the game has plenty of bugs, and I'm not citing on Niantic and saying, yo, the game is perfect, which it's absolutely not. There's still plenty of bugs, and shadow hits are still here. But personally, from going up against these raids, I haven't received any. Shadow hits thus far. And take a look at my avatar here. Before, whenever I swinged around and kind of like moved it like this, it would freeze up and kind of move a little slow from time to time, but it just moves as smooth as can be. It's like buying a new car. Going from driving something that's 2002 to something that's 2019, I guess you could say. It's a whole new experience for me. And even at times while I'm editing my videos on my phone, it's so much smoother as well. Even to the point where I'm moving through the video and trying to figure out where I should cut and crop, but it moves so smoothly, fluidly, unlike my other phone that was kind of like I was rubbing sandpaper on my finger across the screen. It was just like put, and making my old phone sound horrible. Okay. It wasn't that bad. Okay. It wasn't the best, but the experience, it's just absolutely amazing. Okay. I guess I'm just not used to really, really nice things. So I'm just absolutely amazed by this. And before I continue on, still, of course, I'm talking great about the phone and my avatar is glitching out in the front of his chest. That's just a visual for the bug. I think I just need to restart my app. If you go in and out of the app, in and out, you'll see when you go into raids that sometimes the raid boss looks glitchy or your Pokemon does. That's not the game. That's just because you're just in and out. Just simply restart it and you should have no problems there. But other than that, I mean, guys, it's night and day. And there are other phones out there. I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, well, this phone's great too. My phone's great. Absolutely. That's why I'm just doing a review of the Galaxy S10 and my personal experience on it. Okay. Yes, there's obviously going to be other phones out there that are going to be performing quite magnificently. So taking a look at this Alolan Raichu, it will be hitting me with Thunder Punch. And I'm not doing the best dodges. And I almost feel like at times that I did dodge that, but it still counted as a hit. But like I said, that move is just odd. Now let's talk about the battery life and how is that experience as opposed to your old phone. Well, I'm going to tell you it's a lot better personally. I do not have the S10 Plus, which that is where you're going to see a significant noticeable difference. For the S10 Plus, it is sitting at a 4100 milliamp battery, which will last you a significant amount of time, even if you're playing Pokemon Go all day. Although this game does really drain batteries on any kind of phone, but it will last a whole lot longer. Now, personally, from my old phone to the S10 Non-Plus that I currently have, how is that experience? Well, my phone does have a 3400 milliamp battery, which is pretty good, and it lasts a good amount of time, I'll say that. It's not going to be like, oh my gosh, I am so blown away by the performance and the longevity of the battery on this phone. But, you know, it lasts longer. We'll just put it that way, right? I do have to charge it here and there, but for the most part, it does hold its charge fairly well, even when I'm playing Pokemon Go. So you have that to look forward to if you are going to get one of these. But if you were looking for that the longest battery life that you could possibly get, yeah, I'm going to have to recommend the S10 Plus with that 4100 milliamp battery. Now, if you do record and make videos on your phone and upload to YouTube or whatever you're doing with your videos, there's going to be a nice little trick with these new phones that I absolutely love. Because sometimes I did make the mistake of deleting a video and I'm thinking to myself, you gotta be kidding me. Yes, I did that. It's nobody else's fault but my own, but still there is a safe fault this time. So on the S10, you can go over here, go to trash, and there you have your videos that you accidentally deleted. And until you delete those, they're still gonna be safe. So these are the current videos that I'm editing out right now, as you can see. And it's very nice. So there is that. That is going to be a definite plus if you make mistakes or if you accidentally delete a video that you did not mean to. It's just a little nice touch there. And what we're seeing here is nothing to do with the phone's error. It was just a bad reception, okay? And that's why I had to back out and go back in to see the Breloom. And I will be getting an error when I do feed it a berry. And that's pretty much it. That's the only problem I really had so far with this phone, is just being in a bad network area. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, the thing works like a beauty, and it's absolutely amazing and a must-have if you are a continuous Pokemon Go player. And before we continue on, I know that this phone is not going to be affordable for everybody. I understand that, but this is like a review, and I'm just telling you my personal experiences. Not sure really why I'm including this in the video. I just want to show you that I am understanding of everybody's situations, okay? And believe me, like I stated earlier, I would have went for the S10 Plus, but I'm not rich either, okay? And I could have, you know, went for a plan and just made payments, but I'm not that payment guy. I like to just give you the money, you just take the cash, and just give me what I want, give me my thing, and I like owning my things, right? That's just the way I am, all right? Anyways, with that said, the experience has been magnificent. If you're thinking of switching and you're already on a Galaxy, you probably would like to go for this one in the near future. I've been planning for this one. That's why I didn't go for the S9, because I wanted to wait for this. and the time was here, and I made the switch. Now, if you're worried about all of your stuff on your phone, and if you've never experienced that whole switch or anything like that, it's fairly simple, guys. I did it Bluetooth. I do believe I had to be on a Wi-Fi, but for some reason, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you can just do Bluetooth, and it just transfers everything. You can pick what you want to bring over, and things like that, so it's not that big of a deal. I was able to bring all of my stuff in an instant. Well, it took some time, it wasn't that long, but I was able to transfer everything, and I'm all set. All my apps picked up exactly from where they were at. There was a few here and there that had things saved within their cache that I couldn't really get to, like specific stickers that I used all the time for thumbnails that were on the top because I always used them, and I had to scroll through hundreds of them to make them appear back up there. But I mean, those are minuscule things that you don't really need to worry about. But for the most part, magnificent. Don't worry about having all of your old stuff. But now if you do have an iPhone now and you're trying to switch over to a Galaxy or some other phone possibly, you're not going to be able to do that. That's another story. But if you're currently a Galaxy user, yes, you will be able to transfer everything over, and it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever, and it's quite nice. And obviously for Pokemon Go, all you do is log into another phone, and that's simple as that, right? And that's the first thing I did. Bought the phone on the day of the tournament, like an hour and a half before. Oh gosh, it was so nerve-wracking. I didn't think I was going to be able to get everything done on time. But yes, you can just simply log in. But I was trying to do all these authentications for Silk Road and stuff, and I was barely able to get it done just in the nick of time, so that worked out just right. So there you go, trainers. That is my personal experience. Now, I know this wasn't going to be the most professional review or anything like that, but this is the first time I've done anything like this, so bear with me. And I just wanted to talk about it and show you a few clips and gameplays going up against raids, taking a few AR shots, and just showing you some of the images. Now, the AR shots are not going to do it complete justice, okay? Now, the recorder that I have isn't getting the best quality that you can get, so keep that in mind. It's not going to be looking kind of grainy the way you possibly may have seen it, although it could have looked great to you. I think it looks a lot better when you're looking at it through the phone. And when I do all these edits and then finally process the video, it's not coming out as clean as it should when you're actually looking through the physical phone. So there you have it, trainers. Absolutely loving this. I'm not really experiencing any troubles in the raid so far, and I did quite a few today. Did not upload all of them into this video because there was no real reason to. If there was an issue or some sort of lag, then I absolutely would have talked about it. But for the most part, I touched up on everything I really thought I needed to, and the game is just absolutely amazing. So with that said, trainers, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're thinking about switching over to the Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus, and you have everything lined up and you're ready to switch, and you have, you know, the plan ready to go, or the cache, or whatever the means may be, then I suggest you do so. If you're a continuous Pokemon Go player, if you're kind of a casual and you're having a bit of problems here and there, and you're not really committed to make the switch over to the S10, then I say that you should just stick with the phone that you currently have. Because if you're not a constant hardcore player and you don't mind a bit of lag here and there, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you are playing all day, every day, like me personally, then you're going to want the best top of the line phone that you could possibly have. And the reason why I waited so long is because I wanted the kind of next step level of phones, and that was going to be the S10. And that's why I waited for so long. Almost got the S9 Edge, what it was, I think. But I didn't go for that, and I held off, and I'm certainly glad I did. So thank you for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.